Yeah, this weekend we were at Barbury and we're delighted to have gotten through such a big weekend for us and our team with so many good performances. We had some wins in the novice and a win in the two-star and we were delighted the ERM horse ran so well, of course, which is always fun for us.
And obviously after this weekend you've now gone into the lead in the ERM.
Yeah, that's exciting. I try not to get too over excited about that sort of thing because I feel like it puts too much pressure on me, but it's something we're thinking about, of course. It's in the back of our mind, and because of course it would be a wonderful thing to win the ERM series. When I finished the cross-country course, he did it so easily, I thought, oh no, everyone's going to make the time, and then I sat there and continued to move up onto the podium, so that was a lot of fun and something that will be very memorable for us. To be honest, I keep getting dubbed as this fast rider, but I think I'm lucky to have these amazing horses. Polystar is such an incredible galloper, and like so many of the horses I've had before, so that's a big part of the battle, really.
So when people go, oh, he's such a naturally talented rider, does that annoy you?
When I've had people say to me before, you're a naturally talented rider, that's why you've had your success. A little bit it makes me laugh, you know. There's nothing natural about the amount of hard work and practice and training I put into getting to where I am. And for anyone that's at the top of any sport, I think they'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So no, I don't get annoyed by that sort of comment, but I think for anyone out there that's wanting to be a budding horse rider, get out there and practice. If you want to be as good as Mark Todd, jump as many fences as he has. You know, in our sport, we tick along and we try to do our job. Sometimes you go through these amazing runs where you don't seem to be able to do anything wrong. And when it's like that, you must enjoy it. And other times, it's so difficult and it seems so difficult to get up and get going again. But I believe in tenacity if you want to be successful in any sport, and you mustn't get knocked down too hard. You must just think on to the next one.
I saw you on the weekend helping out Rob and the Australian guys over heading towards Aachen. How does it feel to have shifted from being sort of the young up-and-coming rider to the elder statesman?
Yes. Yeah, I've never thought of it like that. I guess I have picked up some experience along the way, but Rob's a friend of mine. I used to teach him when I first moved to New South Wales, would you believe? He was one of my first pupils that I taught in dressage. So that was really nice seeing him there, and he's got a very exciting horse. I think a horse that we should be using on the team, being a full thoroughbred, and I thought he rode great. He went fantastic on the weekend. Aachen, of course, is something that the selectors will be looking at and will be participating there in the teams event, and that will help us get a feel for where the team's at. I think we should be feeling really strong. I think we have a good depth this year, and a lot of good horses and riders to choose from. So I hope we can get a team to the World Games in good shape.
ERM as a format, do you think it does suit you as a rider?
I love ERM. I love the sport of short format because we can protect our horses before they go into that grueling 8, 9 and 10, 11 minutes. And they pull up and we can treat them medically if we need to, and we don't have to trot them up or ice them all night. So I think it's a lovely thing for the horses, and I'm a big advocate of CIC eventing and a huge advocate of ERM eventing. I think it's fantastic.
Quality Purdy. Can you explain the background of the horse?
Yeah, there she is. She is stood right there in the background. So she's a wonderful horse. She came from Dom and Claire Flory, who rang me and said, "Would you take our horse?" And she's just gone from strength to strength. She's a beautiful character. But what impresses me most from the first competition I did on her, she tries 150% in the competition. She's unbelievable. To ride her around on the arena at home, you think she's just another horse, and then you get her to the show and she grows a few hands and off she goes. So she's a very exciting horse. She was very impressive for everyone, I think, at Samoa when she won, and I hope we can get her to the World Games in good shape. On the long list I also have Cooley Lands, who's just come back to the stables. I did the combined training on him on the weekend, which was really fun. He's been with his owner Kate Walls, and she's done a really good job programming and managing him, but now I get the reins again. We're hoping to take him to do the Jardy leg of the ERM next week, so that'll be a really big test to see where he's at and how he's going. And then we have obviously a very nice stable of young horses, so at the moment I can't complain.
Was it disappointing to only get 2 first and a lousy second in the novice on the weekend?
Yeah, we had an incredible day on Friday. We won 2 novices and the second in the other one, and I actually think that horse went fantastically well, so I really think he should have won as well. So a little bit that was frustrating, but again, it was just one of these weekends where everything went our way.
Being a WEG year, does that make any changes to your normal routine or training?
No, I don't change. I try not to change how I do things just because it's a WEG year. However, of course, it's in the back of your mind. And I must say, in January, when I might go skiing with my friends and drinking and doing silly things like that, I do less things like that in a WEG or Olympic year. Yes, I was asked on the weekend, interestingly enough, about individual success versus team success. And one of my fondest memories was the team victory at Aachen, beating the Germans on their home soil leading up to Rio. That was perhaps one of the funnest teams I'll ever be a part of, and perhaps one of the sweetest victories that I'll ever be a part of. And there's something special about coming together as a team and performing well. It makes you feel very patriotic.